Thank you. Sir, can you take over the session? Like, the video part is over.
Yeah, thank you very much, Ayush. Hello, everyone. Good evening. Am I audible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, you are audible.
Cool. Hey, hi, everyone. Very good evening to the demo session on reporting using Power BI and Excel tool. I hope, like, as I saw on the chat box, you guys have introduced yourself, and most of you are like planner or like working into something similar kind of work. And you are here just to know about, like, I was reading out one of the comment, like, he said that this tool belongs to IT industry and how it can help us in construction. So that's something you are looking for, right? So guys, it's good to see like most of you are planner and you do understand, right, like what's the importance of reporting. Okay, so today in this demo we're gonna discuss about these tools. So we'll see reporting in construction management using Power BI and Excel. So if I talk about these two tools, right, these are very, very, very important tools when it comes to, planning, or it comes to any such professional job in which, like, you just need to update something, or you just need to, prepare some kind of reports, and you give presentations and everything to keep yourself, to keep yourself aware of what's going on in your project, right? So that's something we'll be looking, like how these tools can help you out in construction industry and why these are important, right? So till now you guys have seen this kind of dashboards, right, from different industry. It's just a sales dashboard, right? So it's just representing you the information which belongs to sales, right, of any of the organization, right? So let's just give you a few seconds for this. So this is how the tool works, right? You can create these kinds of dynamic dashboards very fast. And of course, this kind of animations as well. Okay, but what if we talk about construction industry? Okay, so the entire discussion which we'll be having today is like why excellent Power BI for the construction professional, why it is important, right? And then we'll talk about like monitoring using the Excel tool, which all of you might be doing, uh, this time as well, right? We'll discuss about few of the important concepts, like what is pivot table, how it can be useful, right? We'll see like how you can create templates, shortcut templates in Excel, PMS system, project monitoring system, entire project monitoring system in the Excel, right? Dashboard and progress monitoring curves in Excel, right? Curves means like S curve, right? So we'll be looking all those things, like how you can, monitor your projects, construction projects using these two tools. And then we'll move towards the Power BI, right? We'll see like how to connect Power BI with external sources, right? Basic to advanced charts in Power BI. We'll be talking about these things, and we'll try to create a dashboard as quickly as possible, right? And then we'll see like how we can share that report. So when I talk about you guys you guys are already using Excel, right? But why we need to switch on this particular tool, right? I would just request from all of you to please keep yourself muted for a couple of minutes. So when I say like Excel is the currently the most widely used project management tools for the construction professional, of course, for each and everybody which belongs to any industry, right? Excel is very important. Many of those overseeing programs in your company turns to Excel to handle day-to-day project management and reporting. They do this even if they have multiple in-house project management software packages at their disposal, right? The MS Office suite, especially Word, Excel, PowerPoint, these are very important. So although if you have a lot of different tools in the organization present with you, but you are more dependent on Excel. That is why the first thing is to know about Excel, right? If you are from designing field, you concentrate on Strat Pro, ETABS, and all other softwares. If you are from planning, you concentrate on MS Project, Primavera, and Tilos and different tools. But where the Excel gone? right? Most of the time you'll be working on Excel data, right? You'll be creating reports, you'll be creating, different kinds of sheets and all those things. So Excel is pretty much important. Then why Power BI can display project data and help you to keep track of your project health and real-time data and easy to understand visuals, right? Power BI is a data visualization software used to connect, monitor, and share large amount of data. It's more, you know, sophisticated than Excel, but distinctive because it doesn't need a specialist knowledge, right? Now, why Power BI, right? So when I say Excel, you can create reports, right? You can create dashboard there too. It will take quite long time when compares to Power BI, but yes, you can create. But what if I'll tell you, like, to share that report with somebody in the organization, right? Then you need to, either mail that copy or somehow you need to, give it into some pen drive or any other thing, right? Or like you can show that thing on the presentation. But Power BI gives you an added advantage. You can just, subscribe the report. You can just share the report in one click. You can schedule the, sharing of the report, that like, okay, on every Saturday in the evening, it should go to these person in the organization. So it will automatically throw a mail and that report will get shared, right? Another thing, if we'll talk about the sharing rules, right? So in Excel, let's suppose you have created a report, you have made a dashboard, right? But if I'll say, like, to the top management, I don't want to show the entire dashboard. They just need the overall information, right? The overview of the project. So that is sufficient for them. So just provide a kind of label security to the dashboard, like, okay, this person will have this much visibility on the dashboard and this person will have this much visibility on the dashboard, right? So that can't be possible on Excel, right? So there Power BI again wins, right? You can do all these kind of securities on Power BI, right? You can restrict the, you can restrict the visibility of the dashboard at different labels in the organization, right? And there are a lot of more, things which you can easily do in Power BI when it comes to the Excel, right? Now, both the tools are of the same organization. They both comes from Microsoft, but now the question will be arising, like, okay, if I learn this tool, where I'll go, right? What's the application of this? Will I get some kind of job support or anything, right? So definitely, like, when we say civil engineering, we are not aware of these kind of things, right? We only know about side jobs. We know like planning, estimation, and every other things, right? But there are companies, and I would say that all the multinational companies, right, who are working globally, they all have people, where you need to where actually you need to know all these software. If you'll see, these are some of the LinkedIn snapshots I have taken of some of my friends. I cannot show the name, but you can see, like, there are people who are working in the industry in a planning department, or either in day to day they require some kind of MIS work or some kind of reporting and all. So they do know the Power BI. So there is a requirement of people who are good in BI, right? Business intelligence kind of thing. So that is why it becomes important for you to understand the software, right? Now, before we jump into the software and we'll see, like, what are the things we can do in the software, just we will have a glimpse. Let me give you an overview of the master course, what everything you will be learning in this master course. So when I talk about the Excel, we'll be covering like conditional formatting, how you can protect the sheet, how you can put the password, how you can put the password at different labels, right? Concept of table and pivot tables, right? Difference between the normal table and pivot table, basic and dynamic charts, of course, in Excel, use of macros and VBAs, right? Shortcut templates, how you can create shortcut templates when it comes to bar bending schedule, or either you are an estimation engineer or anything, right? So then dynamic dashboards using a complete case study, physical progress monitoring as curve, right? So that's something pretty much important. Then we'll be developing the complete PMS system, project monitoring system in Excel. So these are something, some sort of knowledge you'll be getting when it comes to Excel on the master course, right? And then we'll move towards other topics, which is Power BI. So in Power BI, I'll just like to break it down into different sections. So first in Power BI, you'll be learning about, how you'll connect the source from the different external sources, right? So you can connect with more than 100 external sources to Power BI. That is also possible in Excel, but not up to that extent. You cannot connect the tool Excel to, some sort of like 100 or these kind of numbers of tools, external sources. Then we'll discuss about the charts in Power BI from basic to advanced level, right? And then importing, importing data from different sources, right? Include and exclude in Power BI, export chart data, table and matrices in Power BI, conditional formatting, cards in Power BI, reporting and dashboard using Primavera data. So that's something important when it comes to planners, right? You usually work in Microsoft project and you work in Primavera. What about the data which you get from there, right? So we'll just in this same demo session, we'll be, exporting the data from Primavera P6 and we'll be importing it into a, Power BI tool and we'll be using the same data, right? Then we'll have the complete case history for this Power BI project, and then we'll have Power Query sessions, right? So what is it? Like, Power Query is also available in Excel, but we'll be learning this, right? There are few steps. First of all, you load the data into the software, then you'll need to transform that data, right? So when it comes to transformation of the data, because every time you do not get the data in a desired format, or you can say that data is pretty much raw, you need to just manage that data, or you just need to do some kind of transformation on the data so that it gets ready to be used to create kinds of dashboard or report or kind of visuals, right? So you'll be learning all these things when it comes to Power Query, basic transformation of data, merge, split, trim, alignment, prefix, suffix, unpivot, uploading data from multiple files, append query, merge file, and all these things, right? So Power Query is also very important because every time you will not be getting the data in a desired shape, right? Just now, if you'll see, I'll export the data from Primavera P6. There will be a lot of things which needs to be transformed when you are using that data into the Power BI, right? Then Power BI services, right? So where it comes, Power BI service comes into the role, into the picture once you create the dashboard. Once you have created the dashboard, you just need to share the dashboard with someone. You just need to enable the comments. You just need to enable the subscription of that dashboard. You need to publish the dashboard or the report, right? Then how you can enable the auto refresh, right? Like let's suppose you have connected with an external Excel file and you are updating something on the Excel file. What do you just every time you just need to go to the software into the Power BI and updating the things what you have done into the Excel? No, right? We can just enable the auto refresh. Then at some particular time, the data will automatically get refreshed and that dashboard will get updated, right? Then low row label security in the Power BI, right? So that you can provide some kind of access to the different labels, right? So these are something like, outcomes of the course you'll be learning. Complete in-depth Excel, right? And Power BI tool. Now, let me just move and take some questions. Hey, Mukesh, what you are not getting? I think you guys are comfortable, or I should switch in English. Okay, so before we move into the tool, let me show you S-curve, right? So this is also a very important thing when it comes to monitoring a construction project, right? Okay. So Alex, I'll try to explain in both, right? So when it comes to construction project, S curve is very important, right? To measure the physical progress of the project. S curve बहुत important हो जाता है आपके लिए जब आप किसी भी प्रोजेक्ट की मॉनिटरिंग की बात करते हो. तो अगर आप यहाँ पर ध्यान दोगे, right, these are the activity and these are the baseline start, early start dates, right, actual start, actual finish dates of these activities, which are coming from Primavera or either from the Microsoft project. ये सारी जो भी चीजें हैं, they can come from, tools like Power BI or Microsoft Project. Okay, so this is something you have created using this lengthy formula, right? So you can see the planned progress for each and every month for all these activities, right? Okay, so you can just, you can just create a curve, and that's what you are getting, right? For this activity, if you want to see the planned progress for each and every month, so you can see, right, has got updated. Similarly, I've got the entire planned percentage for each and every activity. And hence, for the overall project, you have got cumulative progress, right? So this is how your project will get, completed till the end, right? Month by month. In the beginning, you have 0%, 1.35%, next month 4.40%, 5.36%, and so on, right? Similarly, for the actual progress, right? Using the actual dates, you have got the actual progress of the project, right? So this is how the actual progress is being, monitored. And if you'll see down below, we have this kind of S curves, right? People who are from planning or, they must understand this curve, right? They'll just not proper because something was wrong on the project, right? That's why you are getting this kind of hump in the mid of the project, right? But let it be. So this is called the S curve, right? This yellow lines denotes the planned cumulative, blue line denotes the, actual cumulative, and this green denotes the expected cumulative. So you are also getting the expected progress of your project, right? So this is how we'll be creating S curve to measure the physical progress of our project, right? This is 6-month curve. So using this, you can get the progress of each and every individual month. Okay. So first thing first, this is very important. You should know like how you will measure the physical progress of your project. Now, important thing comes up is weightages concept, because all the things which you will search on the internet, they will not include these things. And this is the most important thing. If you are a planner, you must understand what is the concept of weightage, what is the importance of weightage, right? So you must should include the weightages. आपको weightages include करने चाहिए जब आप प्रोजेक्ट की फिजिकल प्रोग्रेस की मॉनिटरिंग की बात करते हो. तो उसके बाद ही जब आप वेटेज ब्रेक करोगे, राइट, उसके बाद आप इस तरीके से सही ढंग से अपनी प्रोग्रेस को प्रोजेक्ट की मेजर कर सकते हो, राइट. कमिंग अप नेक्स्ट, अगर हम एक्सेल की बात करें, तो दिस डैशबोर्ड हैज बीन क्रिएटेड इन एक्सेल. दिस इज ऑल्सो अ डायनेमिक डैशबोर्ड. अगर आप इसको यहां से चेंज करोगे, दीज आर द स्लाइसर्स, राइट, यू कैन सी these visuals are getting changed, right? So आप Excel में भी बना सकते हो ये सारे graphs, right? If you will use these things, you can navigate to different sheets, those buttons. यहाँ पर क्या है? This is PMS, right? Now what is happening here? यहाँ पर क्या अच्छी चीज है? This complete project has been divided into 3 packages, package 1, 2, 3. And here you are getting the progress of each and every individual package. And using these 3 packages, you are getting the overall progress of this project here. Now, what do you need to do for this? You will just come, right, and you'll just input the data here. अगर आप साइट पे हो, let's suppose, और आपने प्रोजेक्ट के अंदर जो स्कोप है उसके बेसिस पे चीजों को ब्रेक कर दिया है, आपने प्लान कर दिया है, अपने स्कोप को ब्रेक कर दिया है, मंथ बाय मंथ कितना स्कोप के बेसिस में आप प्रोजेक्ट को कंप्लीट करोगे, राइट. एंड एट द एंड व्हाट यू आर गेटिंग, लेट्स सपोज you have inputted the data here in the month of January 2021. So right now, if you'll see, the overall progress is 12, right? If I'll enter here 400, right, you can see the progress got updated to 14, and hence the overall progress will also get updated. So this PMS system needs a lot of formulas, and everything is required to prepare these kind of systems. You can create it on the daily basis, in monthly basis. Okay. Now, if you'll see another thing, this is the entire data which is getting updated, and using this data, this dashboard has been created, right? Apart from that, you have cash flow reports, You also have a timeline. This is how you can create a timeline in Excel, this dynamic timeline. If you'll scroll it, you can, see the timeline as well. Okay. Now moving up next, we have some more dashboards in Excel, which we'll be covering. So the important thing, like if I'll give you some data, right, you should know like how you have to convert in, this kind of dashboard. So if you'll see here for this project, I have a lot of different data. I have, basic detail of the project, right? These are the basic detail. This is the data, which gives me cumulative and the cumulative planned and actuals. Okay. And these are the milestone details. These are the safety details. And these are the variance reports, right? And this is claim versus certified bills, right? And if I move next, this is material status reconciliation sheet, right? And this is finally the dashboard which has been created using that entire data. तो अगर आपके पास इतना बड़ा डेटा है और आप उस पूरे डेटा को अगर दिखाने जाओगे किसी को, right, that will not be very appropriate और मैं बोलूँ इम्प्रेसिव नहीं होगा, राइट? बट अगर उसी चीज को आप इस डैशबोर्ड से रिप्रेजेंट करते हो और आप चाहो किसी से भी कि आप यू कैन शो मंथ बाय मंथ डिटेल, यू कैन शो मंथ बाय मंथ रिपोर्ट, तो आप इस तरीके से डैशबोर्ड क्रिएट कर सकते हो। यहाँ पर आपको एस्कर मिल जाएगा, प्रेस मिल जाएगी, कैटो मिल जाएगा, प्रोजेक्ट का डिटेल मिल जाएगा, एवरीथिंग, राइट? सो दिस इज हाउ विल बी क्रिएट द डैशबोर्ड यूजिंग द ये सारा कुछ कंस्ट्रक्शन का डेटा एक होती हैं, राइट? आरए बिल्स होता है, material report, everything whatever I have shown you, right? They all are included on the construction projects, right? And you need to create a dashboard for that. Okay, I'll be taking the questions in at the end, right? Okay, now let me close this and first of all, I'll be, covering a quick topic in Excel. Okay. Okay. So if you'll see, these are the dynamic charts. How these are dynamic? Okay. Let's suppose, this is planned physical progress, actual physical progress, and these are the variance, right? Now, let's suppose I just want to highlight the values, okay, of the month. I just want to highlight the months whose variations, is out of limit of some percentage. Let's suppose I'll give here 4%. You can see, automatically the month has got highlighted whose values goes beyond 4%. So these are like, 4 months highlighted in, orange color, which goes out of this variance limit, right? So this is how dynamic chart works. If I talk about this thing, right, you can see these are the labels with the arrows. If I talk about this one, let's suppose you want to highlight the value of any particular month. I'll select here January. You can see this dot has, this dot has traveled from here to here, right? If I'll select any another month, you can see, that month has got highlighted, right? If I'll select this, you can see this is getting highlighted, right? So, normally you know like how to create charts in Excel, but what about dynamic charts, right? So we'll be learning these two, right? How we can create and how we can work on dynamic charts. Now coming to an important topic, pivot table. Okay. So here I have some sort of data. यहाँ पर मेरे पास कुछ data है. ये reconciliation से जुड़ा हुआ है. Okay. So these are the date when I have received these materials on my site, right? And these are the type of material like concrete and reinforcement. Just for an example, I have taken 2, right? Then you have these different dia and grade of concretes. These are the units and these are the total quantity received on these particular dates. Now this is the previous bill quantity. And in this previous month bill, you have raised this much of quantity. And this is the total stock available with you. And this is the material which is kept on somewhere like, where the progress is, where the work is being in progress, right? So if I'll talk about what is the difference, or if you just want to sense it in another way, like what is the wastage till now, right? Itna aapke paas total quantity aaya, right? This is something which you have received. Okay, let's take it as A. Itna aapne bill kar diya. That means you have, you have the total estimate, you have the things, right? आपने bill किया तो आपने use किया होगा, you have, reports and you have data for this, and this is something which you have claimed just in the previous month, and this is something the, stock which is available with you, and this is something, like, okay, this is something which is kept at this particular location. Okay, so if I give them a name like A, B, C, D, E, F, so if you will, here you can write it down like A minus B minus C minus D and minus. If you find out this value, this will give you the difference in the quantity. This is something which is being missing. So either this has got lost, either this has got wasted, right? कुछ तो हुआ है इसके साथ. But for the same, if I just want to ask you some questions, अगर मैं आपसे question पूछता हूँ, okay, just give me a report, right? Give me a report like in 2021, how much reinforcement you have received? What you will do? Anyone? Okay, so if you are not a pivot table user, what you'll do, you'll go to the home. Okay, you'll go to the filters, you'll filter out the data from here, and you'll go here, you'll select 21, right? And then again, you'll go to the material, you'll go to the reinforcement and raw. This is something which will tell me, okay, this is the total quantity, 622.324, which I have received in 2021. But at that same moment, if I'll change my question, then what? Again, you will go to the home and, filter out or you can filter out the details from here. This is okay if you have a small data, right? But what if you have a long data with you? Okay. Or what, let's suppose I'll change the question and I'll say that in quarter, I want the detail in quarter, not in terms of year, I want in terms of quarter. Then what? You don't have anything. You cannot filter out. Obviously, you can put out some hard formulas, but nobody knows them, right? हर एक चीज के लिए फॉर्मूला आपको आएगा ऐसा जरूरी नहीं है, right? And we don't know need it, right? हमको फॉर्मूला चाहिए भी नहीं, हमको जरूरत भी नहीं है. Okay, what we can do is we can make use of pivot table. यहीं पर pivot table का concept use में आता है. Okay, so what we can do, we can select this entire data, we'll go to insert, go to pivot table. Now, if I'll hit the OK from here, what will happen? A new sheet will open और pivot table आपकी वहां जा करके create हो जाएगी. But for now, I just want to create a pivot table here itself. So I'll say existing worksheet, and I'll select the location, click here on OK. So this is how this pivot table has been created, right? Now, these are the values. Okay, whatever the headers are there in this sheet, you have got all these pivot table fields. Now, using these fields, like you can just drag these fields and you'll get the values. So just repeat the question. My question was, okay, in the month of 21, right? In 21, what was the total quantity of reinforcement which I have received? So what I'll do, I'll put the received date here on the rows. You can see it has come in years and it has break down it in years, quarters, and dates. If you don't want to see in quarters, if you don't want to see in years, let's remove received date. Now what I'll do, I just need what total quantity. So I'll put the total quantity here. Okay, so this is the total quantity, but I asked for the reinforcement, right? So I'll put the materials also here. Okay. Okay, so I'll put the material also here. So you can see now we have 2021, 2022. These are the material and these are the total sum, right? Okay. Now you have got certain filters, right? If you want to filter out them, based on like, or let's suppose I'll put the material here. So simply what I can do, I can select the reinforcement from here. That's all. I've got the total quantity in 2022 and 2021, 622.324. So this is quite, easy compared to the filtering process, right? आपने अगर ये pivot table बना ली, अब आपसे कोई भी कुछ भी question पूछ रहा है, you just need to drag and drop the things and you'll be getting the answers. Now, if let's suppose somebody asks you like, give me the detail of this 622.324, you can simply click here and you'll get the entire data. So this is the data which is giving you the same value, 622.324, right? So this is how simple the pivot table concept is. Okay. But another thing, okay, what if I just want to do something more here? I can create pivot charts, right? So let's try to do something. Okay. I'll again go to pivot table analyzer and I'll keep my fields. I'll put the materials. Okay. Now I'll go to insert and I'll, put a chart here. Okay. This is the recommended charts. I've kept the chart here. So this is the chart which I have created using this pivot table. Okay. Let's create one more. Let's select this table, go to insert, go to pivot table. Okay. And put the table here, right? Now, receive date. I don't want the dates. Okay. Now let's see if somebody has asked you on quarters, you can give the details in quarter as well. If you don't want, you can remove this, right? So again, I'll remove this. I'll put the materials here and I just want difference in quantity, right? So this is something which I have kept for now, right? And I'll again go to insert and go to pivot tables, charts, and I'll put this value like this. Okay. So I've got these two values, right? I've got these two values. Let's see. Okay. I've got these two values, right? Now I'm keeping both these charts here. Now I can manage these both the chart using something, right? And that is called a slicer, right? Now this pivot table is the concept of creating dynamic charts in Excel, right? इसके माध्यम से ही आप क्या बनाते हो? Dynamic charts बनाते हो Excel में. जब आप बात करते हो dynamic charts की, so this is the concept which is being used to create a dynamic charts, right? So what I can do, I can select this and I'll go to pivot chart analyzer and I'll just insert a slicer. So I'll say slicer of year, let's suppose, okay, and slices of material as well. So I have kept these two slicers. So these will work as a button for me. Okay. So let's suppose I'm selecting concrete for here, right? You can see the change is happening on this chart only. If I'll select 21, right? The change is happening here. Okay. Not here. That means they both are not dynamic because this chart is not, getting, change using these slicers. So for that, what you can do is, right, if you have kept the slicer for this, you don't need to keep another slicer for this chart as well, right? I can connect this slicer to both the chart. I'll right click here, I'll go to report connections, and I'll add this pivot table as well. Now see, if I'll select the concrete, both the charts are getting changed, right? So this is something which is being used to create a dynamic charts, right? इस तरीके से एक slicer आप use करते हैं, right? और dashboard create करते हैं, right? और आप चीजों को एक slicer से manage कर सकते हैं, right? So this is something how it works. Okay, let's connect this as well. So this pivot table is something which is being used to create dynamic charts. जितने मैंने आपको charts दिखाए, right? वो जितने भी डायनेमिक चार्ट थे, पीछे आपको लेआउट दिख रहा था, सारा कुछ दिख रहा था, उसका बेस यही है. Okay, so this is the base which is being used to create those dashboards, right? I hope you got this. Okay, so let me close this and I'll show you quickly some more shortcut templates. So these are like, shortcut template. If you are a quantity surveyor, right, in day to day, if you are a quantity surveyor, you need to calculate the quantities for different things, right? So again and again, you don't need to make efforts, right? आप कुछ भी करते हो, rate analysis करते हो, BVS बनाते हो, quantity estimations करते हो, कुछ भी करते हो, right? Again and again, you don't need to do all those efforts, right? Here we have these dynamic tables, templates. You can just put out these you can input these values, right? And you'll get the output. Okay, अपने आप टोटल क्वांटिटी जितनी भी रेनफोर्समेंट की है, फाइनल वेट है, टोटल वेट वो कैलकुलेट होकर के आ जाएगा. So this is something which you can create from here. You just need to change out the values, right? If I'll change the value here, let's suppose the length and width of the footing was 2000 and 2000. You can see the quantity, the overall quantity has been changed, right? अपने आप कटिंग लेंथ चेंज हो जाएगी, सारी चीजें चेंज हो जाएगी because these all are have been managed using these formulas. ये सारे formula लगे हुए हैं इनके पीछे and these are updating the overall values. So this is how we will learn to create shortcut templates, right? इसी तरीके से अगर मैं एस्टिमेशन की बात करता हूँ, यहाँ पर एक छोटी सी टेम्पलेट है, जस्ट टू शो यू गाइज, राइट? यहाँ पर अगर आप इनपुट करते हो वैल्यूज, लैंडिंग है, फर्स्ट ब्लॉक, सेकंड ब्लॉक, यहाँ पर दिए हुए क्या चीज है, राइजर है, ट्रेड है, उसका जैसे जैसे आप यहाँ पर इनपुट करोगे वैल्यू, ऑटोमेटिकली ये सारे के सारे वॉल्यूम्स जो कंक्रीट के वॉल्यूम्स हैं वो अपडेट होते रहेंगे, एंड you'll be getting the output, right? So this is how we'll be learning to create shortcut templates. All right. Now, this is Primavera P6. You all might be knowing about this. Now, what we'll be doing, we will be exporting the data from here, right? ये इस तरीके से आपको बहुत सारे you are getting a lot of different kinds of reports and all, but for now, part of discussion is not Primavera, part of discussion is Power BI. So this is a project, okay? I'm going to export this. I'm going to files, export, right? I'm going to spreadsheet, next, right? I'll select location. Sorry. I'll go to file, I'll go to export, go to spreadsheet, and I just want all these data for now, right? You can select the sheet which you want, right? Export this, yes, next, okay. Now I'll just modify it quickly. Okay, these are all the things which I want. You can just add or remove the columns from here, whatever you want, right? I click here on OK, and next, and next, finish. Okay, so I have just exported the data, right? मैंने ये जितना भी data था Primavera P6 का उसको export कर लिया है और ये है मेरे पास data, right? This is the data which I have. Long enough data. अब यहाँ पर बहुत सारी चीजें हैं, right? If you'll see, these headers are not proper. These are giving some sort of errors. When you will import this data into the Power BI, it will throw some kind of errors. कहीं पर वो बोलेगा कि value ये आपकी जो है वो string है and all, right? So these things we'll be discussing in later on in our sessions, right? But the overall things which I just want to show you is this thing. Okay, हम इस तरीके से डैशबोर्ड बना पाएंगे. अगर आप यहाँ पर देखोगे, right, we have task status. प्रोजेक्ट में कितनी इन प्रोग्रेस टास्क हैं, कितनी कंप्लीट हो चुकी हैं, राइट? कितनी नॉट स्टार्टेड टास्क हैं. अगर आप बजट देखना चाहते हो, प्लान वर्सेस एक्चुअल, राइट? सो यू कैन सी ईयर वाइज बजट, राइट? इफ यू जस्ट वांट टू सी द कॉस्ट डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन बेस्ड ऑन WBS, यू कैन create a visuals like this. Duration status, अगर आप देखना चाहते हो टोटल ड्यूरेशन कितनी है प्रोजेक्ट में और अभी तक एक्चुअल में कितनी ड्यूरेशन हो चुकी है, यू कैन सी लाइक दिस. बेसलाइन फिनिश डेट कब थी प्रोजेक्ट की और अभी एस्टिमेटेड फिनिश डेट कब है प्रोजेक्ट की, वो चीजें यहाँ से देख सकते हो. एंड सिमिलरली these budgeted cost and at completion cost of these resources, and here we have WBS, right? अगर आपको किसी एक पर्टिकुलर WBS का देखना है, you can just select the WBS from here and you can see all the visuals got changed, right? So this is something the dashboard which we'll be creating. Now, one more important thing, right? If I talk about I have not included S-curves and all in this particular dashboard for now because we are not having the good amount of data for that, right? But another thing, if I'll move from here to here, so for now I just need to hit the control and Gantt chart, right? So this is something and another beautiful thing, right? This is the complete Gantt chart. और अगर आप ये एक्सेल में बनाते हो आपको बहुत ज्यादा एफर्ट लगेगा, बट आई जस्ट शो यू पावर बीआई में Gantt chart बनाने में आपको 10 सेकंड भी नहीं लगे होंगे. ओके, you will not require 10 seconds also to create a Gantt chart here. Now you can select for each and every WBS. अगर आप WBS वाइज सेलेक्ट करोगे आपको एक्टिविटीज का डिटेल मिल जाएगा. किसी भी एक्टिविटी का आप स्टार्ट डेट, एंड डेट कुछ भी देख सकते हो, राइट? दीज आर द बार व्हिच आर शोइंग यू स्टार्ट डेट एंड एंड डेट. You can scroll it like this. This is the complete Gantt chart of the project, right? So now what we are going to do is we are going to create some sort of visuals here similar to this, right? जिस तरीके से हमने यहाँ पर बनाया ठीक इसी तरीके से हम कुछ visuals बनाने की कोशिश करेंगे. हमारे पास डेटा है, okay? Expose this data. and we'll go to Power BI desktop. Okay, all right. All right. जो डैशबोर्ड अभी आपने पहले देखा, you can share that dashboard with the securities, different level of securities, and at different timings आप शेड्यूल कर सकते हो उसको कि कब किस दिन आप उस डैशबोर्ड को ऑटोमेटिकली मेल्स के थ्रू शेयर करना चाहते हो और वो ऑटोमेटिकली चला जाएगा. उसके लिए हमको यहाँ से पब्लिश करना पड़ेगा डैशबोर्ड. We just need to publish this dashboard here and it will go to the services, Power BI services. You can see publish this report online in the Power BI services, and from there you just need to do a couple of things and this dashboard can be shared, right? But later on, let's go to this new sheet and just try to create the visuals, right? First of all, right, I'll go here, right? I'm going here. Okay, I just want to format this page, and when I say format this page, I just want to add a background to this page. I'll select this. Okay, I'll do the transparency as 0 and I'll do it fit. So this is the very first step which I have done, right? I have just given a background to this. Now, let's see how easy this is, okay? So what do you want to make? Let's create a Gantt chart first of all, right? So for creating a Gantt chart, I have this spatial animated bar chart, visual. I'll hit it, it will go here, right? अब ये चीज कहाँ से आती है? By default, you'll not get this in Power BI. You just need to go somewhere. वो बाद में बात करेंगे हम, और वहां से आप easily download कर सकते हैं ऐसी चीजें, right? Now, to create a, sorry, so before going to this step, what we need is, right? Sorry, we just need to import the data. जो हमने data अभी Primavera P6 से निकाला था, उससे import करना पड़ेगा. So for doing that, I'll go to Home, get data, Excel worksheet, right? Where is my data? This is the file where I have my data, and I'll open this. It will take some time to connect. You can connect Power BI to multiple sources. अगर आप यहाँ पर देखोगे, अभी get data chart में जा करके, you'll get a lot of different sources, right? So our data is getting uploaded here. Just mute yourself. Okay. So this is the data. Okay. This is all the data in all the sheets. हमारे पास बहुत सारी sheets थी. Okay. And this is the data which we have imported, right? So what I'll do, I'll select all this. Okay. For now, I just want all these sheets. आप जितनी sheets चाहते हो उतनी वहां से import कर सकते हो, right? And I don't want this last one, right? Now, you have three options: load, transform data, and cancel. Either first of all, you can go to transform the data, right? क्योंकि आपको करना पड़ेगा, क्योंकि ये जो data है ये desired shape में नहीं है. I'll show you, right? So let me just go to transform data first of all. मैं transform data में जाऊंगा, directly load नहीं करूंगा. So the data is getting ready, okay, on the Power Query editor. यहाँ पर जाने के बाद आपको करनी पड़ेगी कुछ settings, not settings, but some kind of transformations. Okay. Now we have the data here. This is the major sheet. This is the most important sheet which we'll be using for today's session, right? So इस sheet को हमको क्या करना है? Transform करना है, right? Now if you'll see, these headers are not proper. Headers तो ये हैं. Okay, if you'll go back to the Excel sheet, right? Sorry. If you'll go to the Excel sheet, आप देखोगे यहाँ पर दूसरा है, and these are the real headers, right? These are not the real headers. So अभी तो ये recognize ही नहीं कर पा रहा है tool कि आपका जो header है वो क्या है. Okay, this is not the actual header, I would say, right? So what I can do, right? I can go here, right? And I would say remove row, and I'll say remove the top row. Okay. Now give the number as 1. Okay. It is removed. Okay. Now this is okay. Sorry. can cancel this step, right? And this will come again. Okay. Now, what I need to do, either you can delete this, you'll get the different row here, right? Or what you can do, right? You can, click this option, use first row as a header. So if I'll select this, you can say automatically whatever the first row of the sheet that has been created as a header, right? Now, the another thing which is important, quite important for us is to define these values. अगर आप इन values को सही ढंग से define नहीं करोगे, right, हो सकता है कि आपके जो answers हैं वो सही ना आए. Okay, this is text, this is text, this is text, 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 text. Okay, if you'll go here, right, it will automatically identify that this is numerical value, right? So instead of ABCD, it is showing you 1 2 3 1 2 3, right? So we are okay, we are fine up to here, right? Now here, right, these are like what? These are dates, right? ये आपके पास dates, but अगर आप यहाँ पर देखोगे ये आपको wrong values दे रहा है. So you'll go to transform, okay. Okay, and you just need to make this as a date, right? अब आप देखोगे कि ये जो डेट है ये ऑटोमेटिकली अब सही ढंग से डेट के फॉर्मेट में आई है. इसका जो सिंबल है ये भी चेंज हो गया है, कैलेंडर, right? Now this is also a date. This has got converted into the numbers while importing, right? So I'll again go here. I'll say dates. Okay. Now what else? What else? What else? That is fine. Let's change this to. We'll change this entire thing to numbers. Whole numbers. So this some sort of transformation you require when you are playing with this sheet, right? Which आपको करना पड़ेगा so that the data get transformed into a desired shape, right? Otherwise आप visuals बनाने की कोशिश करते तो वो सही ढंग से visuals बनते नहीं. What else? This. Okay, so we are almost done for now. Okay, this is something which you have done, right? So we are good to go. Now, once you have finished the transformation, just now I've shown you one or two steps, right? Whatever the things you are doing, these will get listed out here. जो भी change आप करते जाओगे यहाँ से कर सकते हो. Undo करने के लिए आपको यहाँ से cross कर देना and that thing will get reversed, right? ये सब करने के बाद you'll go to home. You can select this close and apply. Now, okay, so this data is getting loaded. Once you will do the close and apply, that data will get loaded, right? आपने दो steps देखे थे. Either you can directly load the data, then you will go to Power Query and transform the data, or else you can, okay, or else you can go directly to the Power Query editor and you can transform the data and then you can import the data, right? अब आप अगर देखोगे तो ये जितना भी आपके पास डेटा है वो import हो चुका है. And here is your data. Clear? ये आपके पास entire data है, right? ये सारी values जो भी आपने change की थी, जहां पर जो भी values हैं, हमने बाकी सारी sheets में transformation नहीं किया तो आप देखोगे कि column 1 2 3 4 इस तरीके से आ रहा है, right? Because we just wanted to play around using these fields only for now, right? बाकी सारी sheets में हमने transformation apply नहीं किया. So let's go to the page 1, right? Or let's go to the page 2, right? Page 2 में चलते हैं and let's try to create a Gantt chart first of all. The very first thing, Gantt chart. So I'll just hit this, visuals here. इस visuals को मैं यहाँ रखूंगा और अब आप देखोगे कि कितना easy है आपके लिए, in a very few steps to create what? To create, to create a Gantt chart, right? So you'll go to task. We just want, activity name. Okay, so I'll select the activity name. I think this is not the chart. Let me go. Okay, Gantt chart. I don't want, I don't have for now here, so I'll go to get more visuals, right? And I'll click here. So here I'll go to another window, Power BI visuals. And here I can search for Gantt chart, right? These are the different Gantt charts which we have. And this is my, like, you can search out here, Power BI certified. Okay, so these are all like, these are the certified Gantt charts, right? So you can select this. Okay, and you can say add. So once you have done, this has got added here. Okay, I think I have, I have placed some different one, but let it be. Okay, so, I'll put the task here. So activity names in place of task, right? And then I have baseline start date and baseline finish date. So this is baseline start date. I'll put it here. Start date, and I'll put baseline finish date. Where's baseline finish date? Right. So this is baseline finish date, right? And I'll go here. I'll hit it. Right. Okay. So you can see you have got this Gantt chart prepared. Okay. As per the data which is present, right? Okay, so we have got the Gantt chart, right? But this is quite different when it comes to the previous one, which I have shown you, right? Let me add something more. I think this is one. All right. Yeah. Okay. So this works fine. Okay. So we will put the baseline project finish. Into the end date and baseline project start into the start date, and then we have activity names on the category. This is how the Gantt chart has got created in a couple of seconds, right? So you can see, like, the Gantt chart has got created in a couple of seconds, right? The thing is only which you need to take care, because these are all like third-party visuals, right? So you need to take care of one thing which works fine with your system or not, like, because these are all third-party, visuals which has been created and deposited on this, particular place in Power BI. And you need to look like who are certified and all, who works fine and all. So the previous one which we have just imported, that was not working fine, but yeah, this time this works fine, right? So this is how quickly you have created a, Gantt chart, right? You can see just in a few clicks, you have got the Gantt chart here, right? You've got the start date, end date, and all. You just need to edit all these things, right? And you'll get the things formatted in a quite better shape. Okay. So this is how the very first visual you have created the Gantt chart, right? And now let us move, right? And give it a name. And give it a name as dashboard. Right. I'll again go to the visual and I'll put the image here in the background. I'm not concentrating very much on the formatting because it will take quite a lot time, right? To give the all, you know, formattings, right? Now, here, let us start doing, creating some visuals. So if we'll see on this existing dashboards, we have a couple of these visuals here, right? So task status. Okay, so let us try to put here something. So for the task status, we can keep this. Okay. And now here, what I'm gonna do is I'll keep, you know, activity status on the legends, right? And what else? I just need the count of activity IDs. So I'll put it on the y-axis. Okay. But here, if you'll see, it is not giving me the values, right? Okay. All right. So if we'll keep it on the x-axis, the count of activity ID and legends, status as in legends, you'll get this visuals created, right? So this is about, you know, the activity status, right? You can counter from here, like how many activities. There are 43 number of activities which are not started. There are 3 in progress, and there are 25 which has been completed. Okay, so this is the very first visual which you have created. Now, similarly, you can create few more, right? Okay, what else? Now, let us try to create some more visuals here, okay? So if I just want, you know, I would say like if I just want some cards, or I can say some kind of slicers here, right? Based on the WBS, right? So that I can sort out or filter out some details based on the WBS. So I can simply set it a slicer. I can select the visuals from here. I can double click and that visual will get added here. And now once the visual get added, right, you'll see a couple of things, right? Here the option is for the fields. You can add multiple fields here so that these will get reflected here, right? So we just want what? WBS name. So we'll put WBS name in a filter. You can say this is a slicer, right? So for now, if I just select brick from here, you can see this visual is also getting changed. So when it compares to Excel, when we compare it to the Excel, in Excel, what you need to do is you just need to add manually with the slicers, right? But here you don't need to add. All the visuals will automatically get connected to each other and they will work as a dynamic, right? So if you'll see this slicer is not looking cool, right? So if you just want to make or just do want to some formatting things, cosmetic thing, you can move up here, right? And you can go to slicer setting and you will say that I just want to see it horizontally like this. Okay, so you can see you have changed the visuals to horizontal, and this is something what you can do, right? You'll have this sort of a space available with you, and from here if you'll keep on selecting the different, you know, WBS, you'll see the visual is getting changed, right? So this is something which you can do, okay, with the slices. Either you can scroll your mouse here, or you can make use of these arrows to scroll right and left, right? What else? Let us try to create something more. We'll create the duration status, right? So I'll keep it like this here, right? So for creating a duration status, we'll select a donut chart. Okay, you can see the visual has got placed here. Now in donut charts, what do we want to show? We just want to show the total duration, right? And the actual duration. So let's search out where we have the total duration, how we can get the total duration. Okay, so we will definitely have a column name, total duration or the durations, actual cost, actual duration. So we do have actual duration. So let us first add it here, right? Okay, you can see the actual duration got added. And now let's try to search something more called as original duration. Yeah, we do have original duration. Okay, so we'll keep it like this. Okay, so you can see this is the original duration in this color, and this is the actual duration. Okay, so you have got the duration status of the project as well, right? These are the visuals you have created. Okay, so in the same way, you can create multiple visuals here. Let's try to see what else. Okay, we can distribute the cost based on the WBS, right? For that, right, we have selected this stack bar chart. Okay, we can select make use of this, and here I just want to put the cost. So I'll go and check for the actual labor cost. No, not the labor cost and all. Okay, not sure if we have actual cost. Okay, let's try to put the actual cost for now. Okay, so I'll put it like this, the actual cost. Now I just want to distribute it based on WBS, right? So if I just want to create and I just want to distribute it based on WBS, I can simply go and select the WBS and put it into the legends. You can say this single bar has got distributed like this, right? If you don't want this, if you want to change the chart, you can select any of this, like this, right? You can select this. Okay, so whatever suits you, you can select that one. Okay, now if you want to add something more, you can make a use of that, and you can keep on adding the things, right? So let's suppose go and keep the WBS here, right? So if you'll keep the WBS here, you can see the you know graph has got changed, and now these has got distributed based on WBS like this on the x-axis, right? Since there's no update for all these further WBS, there's no actual cost for these, right? So you're not seeing any bar here. Okay, otherwise you'll see the bar here as well, right? So if we will have a total cost here, if you'll put that, you can see the visual for that too, right? So for now we don't have, I think, in this recent exported data. Okay, so we can keep this visual here. Let's try to decrease the size of this a bit, right? You can put it like this, right? And you already have this. Now if you'll try to change, you can see all these three visuals are getting changed, right? You don't need to connect these three visuals again and again and all, right? Now for now what I'm doing, right, I'm just going to add a quick link so that you can navigate to the Gantt chart as well, right? I'm not going to create more visual for now, right? So for creating a link here so that you can navigate from one page to another, right? There are a lot of different things. You can add down the filters, you can add down the action buttons and all, but just in 10 or 15 minutes, I can do a lot of things. So first of all, I'm going to insert, and I just insert a button, right? So I'll insert a blank button. Okay, okay. So this is the button, right? Okay, wait one. So this is the button, right? And as soon as I have added a button here, you can see in a format, right? These are like, you can change out the shape from here, right? You can do it rounded and all the shape, whatever you want from here, right? This is about the shapes. You can change out the styles, right? If you want to keep it as default or whatever, right? Now, if you want to keep the text, you can do it like this. If you just want to write down something, right, you can put something, right? And if you'll go to general, okay, properties, positions, right, advanced options, right, the header icon, effects, and all, right? So let's try to give it a background, and we'll get some kind of color. All right, that's fine. Okay. Now we'll go back to general. And we will write down text here. Gantt chart. Don't want it here. Right? We'll make it bold. I'll increase the size. Okay. And at the end, you'll get an option for action. And we just need to add an action. What kind of action we want, right? Okay, we just want it to work not as an web URL. Okay, we just want to work it as an page navigator. Okay, so we'll select a page navigator, and what is the destination we want? Gantt chart, right? So this is how we have done this action, right? So now this action is live. What you can do from here, right? If you'll go and using the control, you'll click here, you will get navigated to this Gantt chart dashboard, right? So this is how you can do this thing. I've just shown you a very few things on the Power BI side. Okay, so if we just want to move and place this button somewhere else, right, we can do that too. And if you just want to keep on adding few more visuals here on this dashboard, you can do that too, right? So if you'll go to visuals, let's see what else we were having here. Okay, we have a couple of more information. You can see the budget based on years, right? So for that, what you can do, right? Let's add this chart. Sorry. Okay. Let's add this chart. Okay. And here, what we want is we just want based on years. So we have baseline project dates. Let's put it on x-axis, right? And we don't want count. Okay. First of all, we do have it as a calendar. Okay. Show values as, okay, not count, not count. Okay. So what the problem is, you'll go back here. Let's try to see what we have. Okay, so if we'll add it here, we'll remove the quarter, months, and year. And based on these values, what we want is, okay, we want the actual cost. Let's put it at actual cost. Okay, so this is how we have kept the actual cost. For now, we are just adding the actual cost. You can see the actual cost based on the years. Okay, so this is how like you can create multiple visuals, right, in the dashboard as per the data which you have, right? So the thing is like it's a complete process. You just need some sort of time to transform the entire data, right? And to think of visuals, what visuals you need to show on the dashboard for the reporting purpose, and then it will, give you some kind of results like this we have created, right? And then further you can share out this dashboard to the organization or to the team members as well, right? So I guess this is all for today, right? I just give in a brief like how we can make use of Power BI, how we can make use of Excel for creating S-curve, for creating dashboards and all. If you guys have any question, you can ask your questions. Career opportunities. So see, the career opportunities are good. Why? Because each and every company, multinational companies, when it comes to construction or any other industry, right? Everywhere you need to do the reporting. आपको हर एक जगह reporting करनी पड़ेगी. सारी companies आज की डेट में पावर बीआई को यूज करती हैं। एक और बहुत बढ़िया टूल है टैब्लो, बट वो थोड़ा सा टफ हो जाता है व्हेन इट कम्स टू पावर बीआई। पावर बीआई बहुत ज्यादा इजी है। तो करियर अपॉर्चुनिटीज आपको बड़ी एमएनसीज में ही देखने को मिलेंगी। छोटी जगह पर, छोटी कंस्ट्रक्शन कंपनीज में आपको ये सारे टूल्स यूज नहीं होते हैं, राइट। बहुत रेयरली कोई यूज करता होगा क्योंकि वहां पर नहीं यूज होते हैं, राइट। तो अगर आप बड़ी एमएनसीज में काम कर रहे हो, प्लानिंग में काम कर रहे हो, प्लानिंग में अपना करियर बनाना चाहते हो, मैनेजमेंट में अपना करियर बनाना चाहते हो, तो आपके लिए ये टूल है। ओके, दिस कैन बी यूज फॉर एनीथिंग, राइट। ये किसी भी चीज के लिए यूज किया जा सकता है टूल। बेसिकली आप विजुअलाइजेशंस कर रहे हो, ठीक है, आप विजुअल्स क्रिएट कर रहे हो। तो अगर आपके पास कंस्ट्रक्शन इंडस्ट्री का, चाहे वो बिल्डिंग इंडस्ट्री का डेटा होगा, तो आप उससे भी अपनी रिपोर्टिंग कर सकते हो। अगर आपके पास किसी अदर इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर प्रोजेक्ट का डेटा है तो उसका भी आप विजुअल्स बना सकते हो। इंपॉर्टेंट ये होता है कि आपको एक्सेल सीखना जरूरी है और आपको पावर बीआई आना जरूरी है अगर आप टारगेट कर रहे हो अपना करियर प्लानिंग में, राइट। अपार्ट फ्रॉम, क्योंकि आप माइक्रोसॉफ्ट प्रोजेक्ट और प्राइमारा सीख लेते हो, बट ये टूल्स रह जाते हैं आपके। बट मेजरली टाइम आपका जो 60% काम होता है, 50% काम होता है, वो एक्सेल में होता है, राइट। जब आपको रिपोर्टिंग करनी होती है तो आपको पावर बीआई चाहिए होता है, राइट। तो इसलिए आपको ये सीखने भी जरूरी है इफ यू आर फोकसिंग फॉर एमएनसीज, आप अपने करियर को प्लानिंग में ले जाना चाहते हो तो। पावर बीआई, डेफिनेटली पावर बीआई के साथ जाना चाहिए आपको। अगर आप आईटी गाय हो, आप टैब्लो डेवलपर हो, तो टैब्लो सीखना जरूरी है। अदरवाइज अगर आपका पर्पस डेवलप करना नहीं है, आपका पर्पस है रिपोर्टिंग, तो आपको पावर बीआई सीखना चाहिए, वो इजी है व्हेन इट कम्स टू टैब्लो। टैब्लो में आप डोनट चार्ट नहीं बना सकते, राइट। डायरेक्टली ऑप्शन अवेलेबल नहीं है, बनाने को तो कुछ भी कर सकते हो, बट वहां पे बड़े फॉर्मूले लगाने पड़ेंगे तब जा करके बनेगा। we'll include both the things. I just shared you in the beginning कि मैंने जो पूरा आपको कोर्स कैरिकुलम दिखाया था उसमें सारा कुछ ही इंक्लूड करेंगे। एक्सेल प्लस पावर बीआई, so you'll be learning all. आपको यस, एनी क्वेश्चन, किसी और क्वेश्चन था?
Anudesh, Mr. Anudesh, very good
या
evening.
यस,
Actually, why going for a power BI? You can go for this Google Studio.
definitely you can go. Yeah, yes, there's no restriction. The only thing is like what your organization is using. अगर आपका ऑर्गेनाइजेशन स्टूडियो यूज कर रहा है तो आपको काम करने के लिए स्टूडियो में ही बोला जाएगा। बट आज की डेट में बहुत सारे ऑर्गेनाइजेशन हैं, मतलब ऑलमोस्ट लाइक एवरी एमएनसी, वेदर इट कम्स टू कंस्ट्रक्शन और एनी अदर इंडस्ट्री, सारे लोग पावर बीआई यूज करते हैं, राइट। तो अगर कोई
Power BI having some age over Google Studio is understandable. Uh, in terms of decision making, some questionnaires might be question and you can ask that question and in the Power BI. But Google Studio is also having a dynamic flow chart and dynamic every chart is available in Google. Your Power BI that is also available in a Google Studio as
यस,
well.
डेफिनेटली, या। तो व्हाट इज इजी फॉर यू, आप उसको यूज कर सकते हो। अगर आपको गूगल स्टूडियो इजी लगता है, मोर इम्पोर्टेंट थिंग इज कि आपका ऑर्गेनाइजेशन क्या यूज कर रहा है। लेट सपोज कि अगर आपका ऑर्गेनाइजेशन पावर बीआई यूज ही नहीं कर रहा है, तो आपने अगर रिपोर्ट बना भी ली पावर बीआई में, तो आप उसको शेयर नहीं कर पाओगे, क्योंकि जब आप सर्विस में जाओगे इट विल आस्क यू लाइक वेदर द पीपल इन योर ऑर्गेनाइजेशन आर अवेलेबल इनटू द सर्विस, सो दैट ओनली यू विल बी एबल टू शेयर इट, राइट। आप एक्सटर्नली ऐसे शेयर भी नहीं कर पाओगे। तो जो ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में चल रहा है,
No, share there is an option is there. You can publish through PDF, you can publish through web, you can publish through
yeah,
email.
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, that same kind of thing is here also. बट यहाँ गूगल अकाउंट सबके पास होता है ना, इसलिए शेयरिंग इजी हो
Yes,
जाती है। बट पावर
easy.
बीआई सर्विस में सारे लोग नहीं होते हैं। अगर आपके ऑर्गेनाइजेशन
Yes,
में नहीं यूज हो रहा है, so you'll not have account there. So if you'll
yes,
not have account there, आपने अगर रिपोर्ट बना ली है तो उसको आप या तो पीडीएफ में एक्सपोर्ट करके दोगे या किसी अदर सोर्स से, बट यू कैन नॉट थ्रो एन ईमेल, राइट। So that is
yes,
something. Google is also a good tool, right? That is Google Studio is also a good tool, right? The only thing is like which makes you feel easy and which is being used in your organization. Like we talk about Primavera and MSP, similar to that. जो भी use हो रहा है वो आपको use करना पड़ेगा,
yes.
right?
Just a second. I have just a last question. Can you please
हाँ,
share your template? You know the template you are using for report making. Is
which
this
we
template
which
is the
which we
template
exported from
you?
Primavera.
Not exported, but in Power BI, you maintain a template on that, report each and each, graph and each everything you put on.
Yeah.
That
Yes.
template can be just to, this group so that it will be understandable this how this template is actually working on Power BI.
Okay, sure. I'll try to ask, like, if things will be fine, I'll share you the dashboards, right? For the
Okay.
Excel also, and for this one as well, right?
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, सेशंस विल बी रिकॉर्डेड. जो भी आपके पास सेशंस होंगे कोर्स के, वो सारे रिकॉर्डेड ही रहेंगे. मतलब सारे रिकॉर्डेड नहीं लेंगे. यू विल हैव अ लाइव क्लासेस, बट उसके बाद आपके पास रिकॉर्डिंग्स भी अवेलेबल रहेंगी, एंड द एंटायर मटेरियल विल आल्सो बी प्रोवाइडेड, चाहे वो एक्सेल हो चाहे जो भी हो.
हेलो सर.
यस.
हेलो.
हेलो.
यस. या
सर.
ओके,
हेलो.
एक एक करके. हाँ, आप कंटिन्यू करो प्लीज.
एक्चुअली मुझे एक पूछना था. अभी हम लोग कंस्ट्रक्शन, अभी पावर बीआई और एक्सेल आप दिखाए थे, है ना? तो
Yes.
ये मेनली हम लोग कंस्ट्रक्शन मैनेजमेंट के लिए यूज करते हैं ना मोस्टली हम लोगों को.
देखो, जरूरी नहीं है ये सारी चीजें. एक्सेल, पावर बीआई हर जगह यूज होता है. एक्सेल तो जैसे जितना कॉमन आपके घर में सर्फ एक्सेल है, उतना ही कॉमन इंडस्ट्री में एक्सेल है, राइट?
हाँ, नहीं, पावर बीआई का नया से सुना हूँ, क्योंकि अभी मैं देखिए, मैं साइट सुपरवाइजर, साइट इंजीनियर होंगे, है ना? तो
Right.
हम लोग वहाँ कुछ भी नोट करते हैं, आप
Right.
जानते हो ना, डेली ये रहता है, डीपीएस कुछ तो रहता है ना?
DPR.
वैसा हम, हाँ, डीपीआर, सॉरी, डीपीआर रहता है.
हम्म.
सो वो वाला हम लोग नोट करके हम लोग इसमें रखते हैं. उसके बाद वो थोड़ा रॉ डेटा में रहता है, तो उसमें हम
Right.
लोग पावर बीआई का है मदद से ये सब चार्ट सब क्रिएट कर सकते हैं क्या हम लोग?
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल कर सकते हैं. अगर आपके पास, देखो, अगर आपके पास एक्सेल में डेटा है तो भी आप इंपोर्ट कर सकते हो. आपके पास अगर पीडीएफ के फॉर्म में डेटा है तो भी इंपोर्ट कर सकते हो. पीडीएफ का डेटा आपका एक्सेल में भी आ जाता है. अगर मैं यहाँ पर गेट डेटा में जाता हूँ, वी हैव लॉट ऑफ सोर्सेज, डिफरेंट सोर्सेज. ये जितने भी सोर्सेज दिख रहे हैं, मोर देन 100, आप किसी भी फॉर्मेट में डेटा लेके आओगे, आप एक्सपोर्ट कर सकते हो, राइट?
मतलब ये, हाँ, अच्छा, ये पावर बीआई में ये इंपोर्ट करके ऐसे बना सकते हैं ना सर?
यस, यू कैन क्रिएट दिस एंड यू कैन शेयर इट विद समवन. मेल कर सकते हो या कुछ भी कर सकते हो. वो हर टाइम पे, मान लो मैं बोलता हूँ कि हर मंडे को 6 बजे शाम को ये रिपोर्ट चली जानी चाहिए, तो वो ऑटोमेटिकली चली जाएगी. आपको करने की जरूरत नहीं पड़ेगी बार बार.
ओके. तो हम लोग को और पावर पॉइंट और प्राइमवेरा से और ज्यादा माइडैश लेने का जरूरत नहीं है, मतलब ऑन द स्पॉट वी कैन सेंड द रिपोर्ट, है ना?
देखो,
बता
पावर
देना.
बीआई का अपना एक, हाँ, पावर बीआई का अपना एक अलग यूज है, राइट? वो शेड्यूलिंग पर्पस से काम में आता है. दैट इज फॉर क्रिएटिंग अ शेड्यूल्स, राइट? आप उससे कॉस्ट मॉनिटर कर सकते हो, रिसोर्सेज मॉनिटर कर सकते हो. ये रिपोर्टिंग है एक तरीके से, कि जो भी आपने फाइंडिंग्स की, अब आपकी मान लो रिपोर्ट, आपको प्रेजेंटेशन देनी है, यू कैन मेक यूज ऑफ दीज थिंग्स, है ना?
हाँ, मैं वही पूछ रहा हूँ, मतलब
yes.
एक साइट इंजीनियर को यूज इसी से हो सकता है हम लोग के लिए, मतलब
सभी के
विजुलाइज
लिए,
करने के लिए.
यस, सभी के लिए यूज में हो सकता है.
हाँ, सभी के लिए. ओके. सर, तो इसका क्लास भी शुरू होगा सर अभी?
Yes, the course will start from 5th or 6th, like tentative date है 5th. Timing will be in the evening, like 10 to 11 session. Yes.
अरे थोड़ा खाना लगा रहे बेटा.
मतलब 20 रात को सर, 10 to 11 नाइट?
Yes.
10 to 11. ओके.
हेलो.
Yeah, Kaushik.
नहीं सर, दिस साइड मनीष.
Oh, sorry, Manish. Yes.
सर एक्चुअली क्या है, मैं नाइट प्राइम कंपनी में हूँ जो एसबीआई से रिलेटेड है, तो उसको हमें प्रेजेंटेशन देनी पड़ती है. ऐसे अभी तो पावर पॉइंट में हम उसको प्रेजेंट करते हैं, एक्सेल में पिवट वगैरह टेबल बनाते हैं. तो एक्चुअली सर क्या है, मेरा फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन तो ये है कि जो अपना एक्सेल है, एक्सेल में आप क्या क्या सिखाओगे? सेकंड थिंग कि ये पावर बीआई मेरे लिए कैसे यूजफुल हो सकता है एज ए मैं प्रेजेंटेशन अभी जैसे दे रहा हूँ उसको थोड़ा यूनिक बनाने के लिए. मेरे पे ऐसा कोई प्रेशर नहीं है कि मैं किस टूल का यूज करूं.
राइट. तो देखो, एक तो एडेड एडवांटेज ये है, मतलब एक हटके चीज है, मैं वो बोलना चाहूंगा कि इफ यू वांट टू मेक स्टार्ट ऑफ योर करियर इन आईटी, है ना? मैं आईटी ये नहीं बोल रहा हूँ कि कंस्ट्रक्शन छोड़ करके आईटी में चले जाओ. बहुत सारी ऐसी आईटी इंडस्ट्रीज हैं अपने. आप सिंस एसबीआई में काम करते हो, आपके ऊपर बाद में आऊंगा. दोज हु आर वर्किंग इन कंस्ट्रक्शन इंडस्ट्रीज, राइट? कंस्ट्रक्शन इंडस्ट्री की जब हम बात करते हो, ऐसी बहुत सारी आईटी कंपनीज आ गई हैं जो कंस्ट्रक्शन स्पेसिफिक सॉफ्टवेयर बनाती हैं, है ना। अभी हाल ही में आप अगर ट्रैक कॉस्ट की बात करोगे तो उसको फंडिंग मिली है लाइक 2.5 मिलियन ऐसा कुछ करके, राइट। सो दे आर डेवलपिंग टूल्स विच आर रिलेटेड टू एनालिटिक्स, है ना। आप गाड़ी चलाते हो, गाड़ी का सामने डैशबोर्ड देखते हो, डैशबोर्ड में स्पीडोमीटर होता है, सब चीजें होती हैं। अगर मैं आपको डेटा एक फाइल में दिखाऊं तो वो रीडेबल नहीं होगा। इफ आई शो यू इन विजुअल्स यू कैन इजीली अंडरस्टैंड, और वो थोड़ा ज्यादा सही लगता है। तो जो चीज आप पावर पॉइंट में करते हो, ठीक है, वो चीज अगर आप यहाँ करोगे तो पहली चीज तो ये है कि आप अपने आप को स्किल अप कर रहे हो, एक एक्स्ट्रा सॉफ्टवेयर आपको आ रहा है, राइट। दूसरा, जब आपको इस पे सही ढंग से हाथ बैठ जाएगा, मैं ये बोलूंगा, राइट, तो आपको पावर पॉइंट से ज्यादा इजी लगेगा, है ना। क्योंकि आप पावर अभी क्या करते होगे, आप एक्सेल में बनाते हो चार्ट्स और पावर बीआई में, सॉरी, पावर पॉइंट में ले जाकर के कॉपी करते होगे, एंड दैट्स हाउ यू रिप्रेजेंट इट, राइट। बट इससे क्या होगा ना, लाइक लेट सपोज कि आपका हैंड्स ऑन अच्छा खासा हो गया, ठीक है, किसी ने आपसे इंस्टेंटली कोई चीज चेंज करने के लिए पूछी तो पीपीटी में आप नहीं कर सकते। अभी मान लो मैंने बोला कि यार मेरे को ये बताओ कि आपके यहाँ कितने खाते खुले इन द मंथ ऑफ दिस, राइट, और गिव मी द डिटेल ऑफ दैट, एक्सपोर्ट कर दो, यहीं से डेटा दिखा दो। तो आपने देखा कि लाइक हमने एक्सेल में पिवट टेबल का यूज किया तो हम आगे का डिटेल देख पा रहे थे, राइट। आप पावर बीआई में भी ऐसा ही कर सकते हो। अगर आपको डिटेल डेटा चाहिए, इन वन क्लिक यू विल गेट द डिटेल डेटा, इन वन क्लिक यू कैन शेयर दैट, इन वन क्लिक यू कैन चेंज द थिंग्स। तो विजुअलाइजेशन, जो सही में विजुअलाइजेशन जिसको मैं बोलूंगा, यू कैन मेक द डिसीजंस, यू कैन टेक द डिसीजंस, आप चीजों को फ्रीक्वेंटली चेंज कर सकते हो, ये सारी चीजें ऐड ऑन हो जाएंगी। पावर पॉइंट तो आता ही है आपको, राइट। तो वो
एक्चुअली क्या है, मैं टेक्निकल एडवाइजरी कंपनी से हूँ, नाइट फ्रेंड से। तो एक्चुअली क्या है, एसबीआई ने डेवलपर को फंड दे रखा है। ऐसे में नाइट फ्रेंड साइट इंजीनियर, प्रोजेक्ट मैनेजर के रूप में वहाँ प्रेजेंट होता हूँ। तो मुझे कंक्लूजन यही है कि सर कंस्ट्रक्शन भी मुझे देखना पड़ता है, ईएचएस वगैरह, तो उस रिगार्डिंग के हिसाब से मुझे थोड़ा सही लगा ये पावर बीआई।
आप एक काम कर सकते हो ना, आप एक डैशबोर्ड बना के रख लो, ठीक है। अब आप जो भी टेम्पलेट अपने एक्सेल में अपडेट करते हो, उसको अपडेट करना, वो ऑटो शेड्यूल्ड होगा। आप एक्सेल की टेम्पलेट अपडेट करो, ऑटोमेटिकली डैशबोर्ड की रिपोर्ट जिसको जानी है वो चली जाएगी। इस तरीके से आप शेड्यूल कर दो सारी चीजें, राइट। समझ रहे हो, मतलब आपने एक्सेल को कनेक्ट किया पावर बीआई से, पावर बीआई को आपने शेयर कर दिया जिसके साथ करना था, जिसको जितनी इन्फॉर्मेशन देखनी थी। हालांकि वो थोड़ा लेंदी काम हो जाएगा, है ना, बट मतलब कोई चीज अच्छी करनी है तो वो लेंदी होगी ही होगी, राइट। अभी आपको मान लो बोलना था कि यार टॉप लेवल पे सिर्फ यही डैशबोर्ड दिखना चाहिए, तो वो आप कर सकते हो, राइट। जैसे मैं बोलता हूँ कि यार कोई एवीपी वगैरह है, उसको पूरा डेटा दिखना चाहिए, मैं बोलता हूँ, और नीचे भी जो मैनेजर्स हैं उनको अपनी अपनी ब्रांच का डेटा दिखना चाहिए। तो आप ऐसा भी कर सकते हो, यू कैन मेक द सिक्योरिटी वर्क्स, और उस तरीके से करके शेयर कर दो। अब आप जब भी अपना एक्सेल अपडेट करोगे, आपको पावर बीआई में जा करके बार बार चीजों को अपडेट नहीं करना पड़ेगा, है ना।
ओके सर, एक लैंग्वेज बस हिंदी रखना, आप अगर स्टार्ट करो तो इंग्लिश में थोड़ा प्रॉब्लम आ जाती है।
डेफिनेटली, लाइक मैं हमेशा पूछता हूँ, लाइक बट यहाँ पर मोस्टली अभी ऐसा होता है, बहुत सारे लोग आते हैं तो कुछ लोग ऐसे होते हैं कि जिनको इंग्लिश ही आती है सिर्फ समझ में, तो उसके कारण से लाइक करना पड़ जाता है। यस, इट कैन बी डाउनलोडेड, है ना, पावर बीआई आप डाउनलोड कर सकते हो, ठीक है, वो फ्री ऑफ कॉस्ट है। You'll get all the dashboards and all, जितना भी डेटा, जो भी चीजें मैं पढ़ाऊंगा वो सारी चीजें आपको मिलेंगी, राइट। Any other question guys from anyone? तो एक्सेल, जिसका भी क्वेश्चन था कि एक्सेल में क्या सीखेंगे, एक्सेल में सब कुछ सीखेंगे। एक चीज बस मैं बोल दूं कि एक्सेल में अगर आप वीबीए की बात करते हो तो मैं सिर्फ बेसिक्स बताऊंगा, वीबीए का एक एग्जांपल दिखाऊंगा कि हाँ यार ऐसे विजुअल बेसिक्स की हेल्प से आप कोड लिख सकते हो, राइट। माइक्रोज उस एक्सटेंट तक देखेंगे जितना आपको यूज आना चाहिए, क्योंकि आप आईटी वाले बंदे नहीं हो, आपको कोड नहीं लिखना। और अगर आज की डेट में अगर आप एक्सेल में कोड लिख करके चीजों को ऑटोमेट कर रहे हो तो कोई मतलब नहीं है, क्योंकि उससे अच्छे टूल्स आ चुके हैं, राइट। तो विजुअल बेसिक्स तक जाएंगे बट एक एक्सटेंट तक कि हाँ यार इतना सिर्फ, राइट। बाकी उसके अलावा एक्सेल में आपका कोई ऐसी चीज नहीं बचेगी कि जिसके बारे में आपको पता ना हो, वो सारी चीजें आपको पता होंगी, राइट। Yeah, somebody was saying something.
Hello.
Yes, Rohit.
Hello sir. सर अभी एक्चुअली आई एम डूइंग एमटेक, मेरा कंस्ट्रक्शन इंजीनियरिंग मैनेजमेंट से एमटेक चल रहा है। तो इट इज गुड फॉर मी रिगार्डिंग फॉर वेद, ये मतलब मेरे लिए अच्छा रहेगा सॉफ्टवेयर सीखना, या फिर मुझे किस पर्टिकुलरली को पहले फोकस करना चाहिए? मेरा कंस्ट्रक्शन इंजीनियरिंग एंड मैनेजमेंट से है, एमटेक।
डेफिनेटली लाइक जितने भी आप आप जानते होगे लाइक निकमार अमेठी में भी जो आपका RICS एंड ऑल, लाइक वहां पर होता है ये चीजें सिलेबस में, शायद तक मुझे निकमार का पता है, बाकी जगह का नहीं पता मुझे, ठीक है। तो एज 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 दैट अगर आप सॉफ्टवेयर पे फोकस करते हो, ठीक है, पहली चीज सॉफ्टवेयर देखो सीखने में टाइम नहीं लगता है, तो सॉफ्टवेयर से ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट है कॉन्सेप्ट सीखना। अगर मैंने आपको बताया कि एस कर्व बना सकते हो, तो अगर आपको एस कर्व का फॉर्मूला पता है और एस कर्व के बनाने के पीछे सही तरीका जो है, लाइक ब्रेकिंग इट डाउन इनटू मल्टीपल वेटेजेस एंड ऑल, वो कॉन्सेप्ट पहले सीखना जरूरी है। उसके बाद आप एस्कर बनाना सीखोगे। एस्कर सिर्फ ऐसे नहीं बन जाता कि आपने बस एक साइड मंथ रखा, कॉस्ट रख दी या चीजें रख दी और बस एस्कर बना दिया। जो मैंने आपको बड़ी शीट दिखाई थी, दैट इज समथिंग हाउ द प्रोग्रेस इज बीइंग मेजर्ड, राइट, फिजिकल प्रोग्रेस की अगर आप बात करते हो। तो पहले बेसिक कॉन्सेप्ट आप टच करो, फिर उसके बाद अगर आपको टूल्स में जाना है तो आप प्राइमावेरा और माइक्रोसॉफ्ट प्रोजेक्ट कर सकते हो। माइक्रोसॉफ्ट प्रोजेक्ट तो आपको आना ही चाहिए इफ यू आर फ्रॉम दैट फील्ड, राइट। उसके अलावा बहुत सारी चीजें हैं, और मैं ये नहीं बोल रहा हूँ कि अगर आप पावर BI नहीं सीखोगे तो आप स्टक हो जाओगे, बट अगर आप सीखोगे तो वो एक लिए आपके लिए एडेड रहेगा। कोई भी कंपनी आपको इसलिए इग्नोर नहीं कर देगी कि पावर BI नहीं आता आपको, राइट। हो सकता है कि वो चीज आपके साथ MSP में हो जाए, बिकॉज यू बिलोंग्स टू दैट पर्टिकुलर कोर्स कैरिकुलम, तो MSP आपको आता होगा, इतना तो सबको, मतलब इतना सब एक्सपेक्ट करेंगे। लाइक आज की डेट में अगर मैं किसी सिविल वाले से बोलूं कि ऑटो कैड आता है और बोल दे नहीं आता, तो ये तो मेरी एक्सपेक्टेशन थी, राइट। तो पावर BI का ऐसा कोई एक्सपेक्टेशन नहीं रहेगा, बट आप करने के बाद जितनी भी मोस्टली आप जाओगे तो MNCs में जाओगे, राइट, या किसी अच्छी कंपनीज में जाओगे, वहां सब जगह इंटरनली कुछ ना कुछ यूज हो रहा होगा। जैसे अभी किसी ने बोला था उनके यहाँ गूगल का कोई टूल है वो यूज हो रहा है, लेकिन मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम आप देखोगे कि पावर BI यूज हो रहा है, क्योंकि वो एडॉप्टेबल, इजिली एडॉप्टेबल है वो सारा कुछ, मतलब लोगों को इजी टू अंडरस्टैंड है। तो अगर आप सीख के रखते हो पहले से, तो वो आपके लिए एक एडेड एडवांटेज होगा, यही चीज है।
और सर ये कंस्ट्रक्शन इंजीनियरिंग मैनेजमेंट में प्लानिंग का ज्यादा स्कोप है, और इस रिगार्डिंग मुझे इसमें जानना चाहिए, अदर फील्ड का ज्यादा स्कोप रहेगा?
अब आज की डेट में अगर आप देखोगे तो लोग हर एक वर्साटाइल मतलब चीजों में जाते हैं। अगर आप अपने ही कोर्स कैरिकुलम में देखोगे तो कुछ लोग फाइनेंस में चले जाते हैं, राइट, कुछ लोग होते हैं जो IT में, मोस्टली आप देखोगे BD में बहुत सारे लोग जाते हैं, बिजनेस डेवलपमेंट एंड ऑल में, राइट। तो प्लानिंग में डेफिनेटली स्कोप है, बट कंस्ट्रक्शन का कोई भी चीज होगा, इट टेक सम टाइम। इनिशियली अगर आप सोचोगे कि आपका पैकेज IT वाले के बराबर हो जाए, तो मैं सीधे से बोलूंगा कि नहीं है, राइट, रेयर चांसेस है बहुत। कितनी भी बड़ी कंपनी में चले चले जाओ आप, ठीक है, L&T और इनकी बात कर ही नहीं रहा, राइट, और भी बड़ी जगह चले जाओगे आप जो ओवरसीज मतलब प्रोजेक्ट्स करते हैं, वहां पे भी हो सकता है इनिशियल सैलरी आपको कम मिले, बट यस डाउन द लाइन इन 2 or 3 years you'll find yourself in a better place, राइट। तो प्लानिंग में अभी भी करियर है ना, और बहुत अच्छा करियर है, बट चीजों को आपको स्किल अप करते जाना पड़ेगा, है ना। उसके अलावा आप कोर्स कर ही रहे हो उसका, है ना, जो भी आपका है मैनेजमेंट का कोर्स है आपका, ठीक है, तो यू आर नॉट रिस्ट्रिक्टेड टू गो टू द कंस्ट्रक्शन ओनली, मैनेजमेंट कम्स एवरीवेयर, है ना। इसीलिए आप देखोगे कि जो आपके लाइक ग्रुप ऑफ कॉलेजेस हैं, जो भी MBA वगैरह करवाते हैं, वहां के लोग आपको जगह जगह पे मिल जाएंगे, राइट। Even you will find the people in OYO as well, right? So like some sort of things are there as well to do for you, right? But एक बार कोशिश करना चाहिए पहले कि आप कोर में अगर जा पा रहे हो सही ढंग से तो चले जाओ।
कोड के अंदर लाइक प्लानिंग के अंदर, या मैं समझा नहीं कुछ?
Yes, like I mean to say like in core industries, in core companies.
ओके सर, ओके, थैंक
All right. We'll take 20 to 25 days to complete the entire things, right? And we'll have classes 1 hour on weekdays, and like in weekends also हमारे पास कुछ classes होंगी. So like schedule I'll share, proper schedule will be share with you all, right? आप सबसे पूछने के बाद जो भी लोग कोर्स में होंगे उसके बाद हम एक शेड्यूल फाइनल करेंगे, and that's how we'll begin. Okay, any other question or we can close the session? All right then. Thank you very much, guys,
Hello.
for connecting.
Hi.
Yes.
Sir, I have one question, sir.
हाँ हाँ बोलो।
और जो हम एक्सेल में मैक्रो कर सकते हैं तो पावर बीआई में भी क्या मैक्रो को जो एक साथ डेटा ये कर सकते हैं क्या?
मैक्रो का यूज एक्सेल में क्या होता है, लाइक चीजों को आपको ऑटोमेट करना है कि लाइक अभी आप फॉर्मेटिंग करनी थी तो आप जगह जगह जा करके फॉर्मेटिंग कर रहे थे, ठीक है, फिर उसको आपने ऑटोमेट कर दिया, माइक्रो बना दिया, आपने माइक्रो रन किया और फॉर्मेटिंग अपने आप हो गई, राइट। अभी माइक्रो वहां पर होता है, राइट, पावर क्वेरी में भी माइक्रो होगा, ओके, पावर बीआई में भी होगा, बट वहां पर उसकी जरूरत ज्यादा पड़ती नहीं है, राइट।
ओके ओके
आप पावर बीआई में चीजें ही दूसरी कर रहे हो।
ओके ओके
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Okay. Thank you very much, guys. See you on the course. Goodbye. Good night.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you so for joining the session. Thank you for the time. It was informative one. Thank you, Sal, and the meeting.
Thank you.